Peace family, Tiffany Hills popping in with a video. I don't know how to do this camera where you can flip it and turn it without stopping the video, but I know it's a way to do it. But I wanted y'all to see the grounds. I'm in a gazebo area where a lot of people get married. Hello, B. Hello, no stings today. Please and thank you. So I come bearing good news. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Okay, family. I have been working on this presentation because more information keeps coming. So much so that I had to do this YouTube video, and I'm doing a I guess would it be to be continued, but that will be on the podcast. So let me just get into it. So years ago, I had, I would watch Michael Jackson's Jam all the time. When I say that song is one of my tops, if you want to get to where you're going and you're driving, that song will be the one to get you there, because you just get amped up, right? So he came through yesterday and told me to go through and do a breakdown on the video Jam. Now, Jam was a song that he did that was for the Space Jam movie with Michael Jordan in 1996. So it came out, I believe it was November the 15th or November the 11th. I had it written down here. It's on one of these pages, but the number, it comes to 33. So this was 1996. So he said, go through and break down the video, and you will get the message as to what is going on now and what is happening. What he is saying is we're getting all this energy from the solar flares and all of this energy, but he said we're not cultivating this activation energy. A lot of us are taking this energy on, but we're still doing the same things we've been doing, so the activation the activations that we're getting, a lot of it is not, we're not getting as much as we should. We're not operating at our optimal, as far as, like, you know what I'm saying, the superpowers and the everything that's coming on, those things that we're trying to manifest, those things that when we say, you're getting quickenings, the energy is quickening, you know what I mean, like you speed up, you know what I'm saying, you speed up whatever it is that you've been working on. Those people who've been doing the work and toiling, and you know what I'm saying, need the validation, you know what I'm saying, the quickening comes to let you know you're doing the right thing, you're on it, you know what I'm saying. So when the activations come, like this song Jam, he's saying we're not cultivating the energy, because we're supposed to be going further and further. So with each activation, we're supposed to be going higher and higher. We're supposed to be transforming. We're supposed to be going through metamorphosis. We're supposed to be changing as we get these activations, but we have to sit with the energy, really go in. It's like he was just saying, like, when I break this video down, you're going to understand what I'm saying. So he said we're not cultivating the activation energy, and you're going to get probably about 10 activations in this song alone. So everybody who knows anything about Jam in the video, you have to watch the video. Don't just listen to the song. Watch the video, and the song goes hand in hand. So when the video comes on, a ball goes, right before the ball goes through to break this window, it breaks it in a perfect circle. But right before the ball goes through the window, the little boy says, "Get out my house." So when the ball comes through the window, it breaks the window. And so on the ball, there's a map of the world. So the ball could very much be a globe. So when the ball goes out the window, that's the old world, So what we're living now, family, like, for those of us who have, dropped everything and left our jobs, and we are like allowing ourselves to go back to our natural nature, our natural way of being, our natural way of doing things. This plugs us right back into, it's a little ant. I don't want to be in its way. It's plugging us right back into our natural way of being. So we won't be working as hard. We won't be so action oriented, and that's just an addiction we have to get over. You know what I'm saying? All this doing, because that in the old, the way success was defined is the more you do, the more you're getting done, the more successful you are. Well, that's the opposite. The more you slow down, the more you be still, the more you're at peace, the more you're at calm, is when you're flowing. You are in the flow. You are in, you're in it. You don't have to do as much, but you do have to do a lot of self-reflection, self-evaluations, paying attention to what you're thinking, all of those things. So with all that being said, so when the ball goes out the window, that's the old world. It's over, y'all. We're living in this life of leisure. You know what I'm saying? When we waking up, when we want to, we going to sleep. We're we're flowing, you know what I'm saying? We're happy. We're, even with, you know, coming out of the addiction of needing money to do everything, it's like now you're like, okay, I'm going to let it come the way it comes. I'm going to use the resources how they come to me, and not, it doesn't just have to come this one particular way. And then you see what you're capable of. So the whole thing about leaving your 9 to 5 is getting back into your creative mode, getting back into what you were called to do as a natural being, you know, as an indigenous being to this planet. So we call everything to us. We just draw it to us. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to go the long way around anymore. So we're living this life, and it's almost like, you know, like I think I said in one of my videos before, it's like, it's almost like you feel guilty. You know what I'm saying? Because you just like really living your life, like living your freaking best life. So as the ball goes out the window, he says, "Get out my house." He's telling these everything that don't belong on this planet, everything that's not indigenous to this planet, everything that has been poisoned the planet, to get out of my house. Ball goes out the window, breaks the window, movie starts. I mean, the video starts. So video starts. He's in this abandoned, it looked like an abandoned warehouse, but it's in like the projects. So y'all remember when I talked about the Million Man crossover. The Million Man crossover has been an activation energy out of this world. If you have been in the flow of this high vibrational energy, when I tell you, okay, let me just streamline it, because there's so much to say, and it's, like I said, I'm gonna have to do an additional podcast to link up to this movie, because not only did Michael Jackson come through, Prince came through. Shout out to Raz Kanani, because he in the comments, you know, we was going back and forth about the Prince thing. So Prince finally came through. Prince is much like how he was here, where he just kind of like infamous, you know what I'm saying? I don't do interviews. He's more or less watching and taking in. He's just being very, very gentleman-like, and like he's really like, he really loved Michael Jackson. Like he is just like, let everything Mike say, like he's learning. It's almost like he's like, that's my brother. You know, he loves Michael Jackson, and so he came through with his for the podcast. Okay, let me just stay, because I'm just so excited with the news. So, with the old world going outlaw, we living our best life. It's happening right before our eyes. The world is changing right before our eyes. There's no waiting for something to fall. And so that's why when we're waiting for something to fall, we're waiting for everything to fall for. No, it's like that's what you're supposed to be creating. So when everything does fall, it's like the old system is like, okay, so what have you been cultivating to add to the whatever needs to be, you know, your goods, your trading, your bartering, you know what I'm saying, until another form of currency, you know, comes into play. And so, you know, the new world system comes, you know, into play. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to be this, oh my God, we going without all this type of stuff. You know, for those people who are creating that reality, that's theirs, but that's not ours, right? So with the old world gone out. So the video starts, he's in this abandoned building, you know, and he's, you know, going past, and you see all these people kind of looking sad, like they all young people, and they looking sad. And he's, so the building represents the underworld, the throwaways. Like I said, William, in one of my videos, William's purpose was to redeem the hood dudes, the throwaways, the junkies, the crackheads, the so-called losers. That was his work. You see what I'm saying? And so this video represents that. So because they in the projects, it's an abandoned building, and it represents the underworld. As soon as Michael Jordan comes up, he starts walking, then everything, he represents the magic. So Mike is the soul. Michael Jordan represents the spirit. So he's the spirit. Michael Jordan is the spirit. Michael Jackson is the soul. Let me just turn this way, because my arm is starting to hurt sitting like that. Ooh, I've been walking and riding bikes and running. I've been doing a lot, y'all. So anyway, so when Michael Jordan starts to walk into the building, he's like kind of, you know, got the ball. I'm not sure if he bounces it, but all the children, they start to animate. You know what I'm saying? Then next thing you know, everybody starts to dance. The little boy, he goes over to the electrical system that we can tell does not work. All the wires are frayed and everything. He uses his superpowers to turn on the electricity. So everybody start dancing. And so Michael Jordan is like, he say, hey, Michael Jackson is in the other room. And so he throws the ball. Michael Jackson catches the ball, right? So the spirit has passed the power over to the soul. Now, as I've stated in past videos, the spirit is the liaison between the physical body and the soul. So the spirit, you know what I'm saying? The spirit of Michael Jordan was passing the energy to the soul. The soul is now in control. The soul is now driving the car. The soul is everything. The soul is getting the activations. The soul is waking up. The soul is, you know how you kind of wake up out your sleep and you're a little groggy and you're just trying to, get your bearings together. That's what's going on. The soul is waking up. So he throws the ball to Michael. He don't really know he throwing it. He just throw it through the window. Michael Jackson get the ball. He throw it back. He make the shot. Right? So that's victory. Let's take that to Nip. Talk about the whole victory lap. Right? It's a victory. And so the soul and the spirit are now one, because everything that has been operating in this in the old world, in the slavery system that we just came out of, was all spirit. It wasn't soul. A lot of those entities and energies who were in control do not have a soul. So it was all spirit. Brother Bobby taught us. I'm sorry for talking too fast, but I'm just excited. He taught us that the oh shoot, where did it go? Brother Bobby taught us that, oh, come on back. The soul and the spirit. The soul and the spirit. So the ka and the ba, pretty much. But with Michael, it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back. So with Michael Jordan being the spirit, everything has animated here. He said, brother, just said, there it is. Brother Bobby said that everything down here has a spirit. Everything does not have a soul. So a roach, certain animals have, I do believe certain animals have souls, but everything pretty much has a spirit. So Michael Jordan usurped all of that lower level energy and spirit, and especially like the entertainment, he took all of the lower, transmuted it, threw it to Mike. Michael Jackson gets the ball, he takes it, and he looks serious for a minute, like, dang, what am I gonna do with all this, high vibrational energy? I'm trying not to say power. What am I gonna do with all this? And so he take it and he make the shot, right? So the video goes on. So I took my notes because I don't want to miss anything. So he makes the ball, everything. So everything is taking place on this court. The basketball court represents the royal court, right? We all in our royal. I don't care what you got and what you don't got. You are royalty. You've always been royalty. So the court is the royal court, right? So you got the gods playing. You got the goddesses over there dancing. So they're like the cheerleaders. So you got everybody is there. So you got the fairies. So when the two little boys who are the fairy energies, they start playing the horns. The horns didn't only represent, because we always say the trumpet, and they're going to say, they're going to sound in the last days and things of that nature. But this represented something different. Okay, so let me move on down. So that represented something different. I don't want to. So the kicks the ball, boom. So when so let me just, I'm just making sure I got everything I did. Physical man. Okay, so when the two little ones start playing the horns, it represented a new vibration, a new sound. That goes back to Minnie Rippleton. Like I said, once this sound goes off, we're in certain things will be activated. So like Mike said, the activation, we have to start cultivating this new energy. Like we're new, we're brand freaking new. So we went through a whole metamorphosis, and we're still, once we even shed this body, like we're going through this whole alchemical process, going through everything we're going through, all of the struggles, all of the transformations, all of the crucifixions. This is the alchemical process that we're going through, as Brother Bobby has always taught us. So they're bringing in a new vibration, a new sound. The what was ran strictly by spirit, lower level spirits, entities and energies, is over. So the babies, the fairies, were bringing in this new vibration, and the beautiful thing about that is with children's energy, it's innocent. You know what I'm saying? It's innocent. It's untainted. There's no agenda. There's no motives. It just is. It just flows, right? Okay, so that they were bringing in this new vibration, as well as those energies out. That vibration is done. Nothing is happening with that vibration. Okay, so jam, the whole word jam, like Space Jam. So I'm looking at jam, And so I am seeing it spelled backwards. I see M-A-G, M-A-J, M-A-J. That's magic. You know what I'm saying? So being slick, you know what I mean? They being slick, but it just represents magic. Also, Jah. Look at the, Jah. In Jamaica, they refer to God as Jah. They always say Jah, right? So we know that Michael Jordan and Michael Jackson, top of their game. Don't forget about Mike Tyson. All are these higher gods, you know what I'm saying? And so those spirits had to, they had to go in and do a certain job in order to, and they didn't play double agents. It's just that was what they were called to do. You know what I'm saying? So they had to go in and get this energy and transmute it and flip it for us. You know what I'm saying? So that is what it is. So moving on down to this new vibration. And so as this new vibration is going forth, what we're creating as we're cultivating this energy, all of us are beginning to harmonize to it. All of our everything, all of our work, what you're doing on a personal level, everything is beginning to harmonize. And so this is the redemption of old timelines. So you remember all of the million men that crossed over, they're now calling for their lovers. Because when whether they were cloned, whether they were murdered, whether they taken out, when the vibration, whenever they erased our history, whenever they bombed our towns, whenever they murdered us in mass, that broke timelines. It suspended timelines. It collapsed timelines. So what this is doing with the babies bringing in this new vibration, it restores all of these timelines. It's just like a healing. It's just like a healing. So if some of you are going through, whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship, and you are feeling this call from a past lover, you know what I'm saying? It's this energy, like they're going in to be loved. You see what I'm saying? It's like they want to be all loved up. You see what I'm saying? It's like this energy where they were in a relationship and it would just abruptly stop, because that's what happens when you collapse the timeline. Go watch the movie Needle in a Time Stack and you will understand exactly everything I'm saying, right? So all of this restores all of these timelines. That's why all of this knowledge is coming to fore. All of this, all of the secrets, everything is coming to the surface. You know what I'm saying? We're learning who we are. We're learning we always been here. Brother Bobby been saying all of this. You know what I'm saying? Forever. You know what I'm saying? It's not a part of this planet we ain't touched. We're indigenous to the freaking planet. It is what it is, right? Okay. So, and then as we're harmonizing and doing our work, because I love watching everybody. I love watching the young people. Who is one of my favorites? Is it the real Kia or the real Kaya? I love her. I love her energy. I love her presentation. I love her realness. She's one of my favorites. So I just love watching, everybody just bringing they piece to the puzzle, and we're just harmonizing. You know what I'm saying? It's just the most beautiful thing, right? Okay, so let me move down. So Michael Jordan is teaching Michael Jackson how to play basketball, or you know what I'm saying? And so they, that's they dribbling around, they playing, but it's like this very joyful, happy, fun. You know what I'm saying? This is what we moved into. This is the energy that we moved into, like this very joyful. We are just elated. We're enthused. We are excited. You know what I'm saying? And so he's teaching him how to play basketball. So he's teaching him his craft. And then later on in the video, Michael Jackson, so you got to watch it all the way through, because I'm going to tell you, everything was very instrumental in this video. Everybody was instrumental in this video. So Michael Jordan teaches Michael Jackson his craft, and then Michael Jackson teaches Michael Jordan his craft at the very end of the movie. Now, at the very end of the movie, let me say this. I mean at the end of the video, there's a part where Michael Jackson is showing Michael Jordan one of these moves, and he's like, he called it the heart crown chakra blast. So he hits his heart and he's like, pum, he's like, push it out with all you got. He said that's the heart crown chakra blast. And he said, do it in nature. Do it when you out in nature. So I didn't want to forget that. So as we are creating and we're harmonizing with this new vibration that is now in play, this is why it is so important for us to be creating. Don't let nothing, and I have to say this, I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings, but Your job, you can't say spirit is talking to you. You know what I'm saying? And your job is impeding a channel. You can't get a channel or the information starts to come through and then you say, oh, I'm gonna pick it up later. That's not how it works. It's gonna go away. You're not gonna be able to pick it, because right then and there, spirit is saying what it can trust you with. Can I trust you with this information? Can I trust you to go all the way with it? Can I trust you to leave your comfort zone and do what you need to do in order to be fully in your spiritual path? That's why I'm on these jobs, because they are only meant to drain your life force energy. That is it. That is all. So as you're getting these channels and you're getting these activations, you have to cultivate them. You know what I'm saying? Or it's just like, what is the point? You know what I mean? It's just gonna go away. It's gonna fizzle out. You're gonna have those hit and misses, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? You get, you get what you put out, right? Okay, so moving on down to the new world and the mystical magical world. So this mystical magical world is coming online, right? So as this mystical magical world is coming online, there's a lot of purging, there's a lot of cleansing, there's a lot of what do you call it? There's a lot of out with the old and in with the new. So you can't take on the new still holding on to the old. So a lot of us have to come out of our comfort zones and let some things go, and certain things have to leave our life, certain people have to leave our life, and this is indefinite. You know what I'm saying? It's not, these things won't come back. It's indefinite, right? Okay, so with the trauma, what Lexi Alajay told us, trauma no longer exists in this new world, because we in a freaking new world. Of course it don't exist. Like, come on through, spirit. Come on, okay? It can't exist because we in a new energy, a new vibration. We are harmonizing. We are flowing. We are flying, and this is the part of our superpowers. All right, keep moving on down, Tiff. Stay with it. Okay, so when we get to Heavy D's part, Heavy D represents, like I said, we're in the royal court, right? So Heavy D represents the fool, which is really the magician in the tarot. If you look at his outfit, he has, it looks like he got the numbers on his the top part, like a prison, like a prisoner. But he represents the magician. You see what I'm saying? He's gonna come back through, because he's from Jamaica, so there's that whole Ja connection, right? I didn't know he was Jamaican, but he is Jamaican. But he says in a part of his rap, he's like a smooth criminal. So he's doing a whole nother different work, but he represents the magician. You know what I'm saying? You can look at me and you think I'm a fool, and you think, because I'm a prisoner, you know what I'm saying, representing us being in this prison, but I'm a smooth criminal. You see what I'm saying? And he's that's what he's representing, us. You know what I'm saying? We look one way, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us got to wear these disguises. We can't tell everybody we know. We can't, we have to cloak ourselves in a lot of these situations. We have to go around family and just kind of be like, all right, I'm not gonna teach y'all nothing. I gotta, I'll just be, I'll be Tiff, for now. But we just can't be all, we got to pay the fool sometimes, because we're really the magicians, right? Okay, so with the trauma being healed, family, us being in this new energy, with us healing this freaking trauma, we have balanced freaking star systems in the cosmos. I can get up and walk away, but I'm not, because I got more to say. That in and of itself, we have balanced star systems. Sister Myra told us that, right? Okay, so going down to, little crisscross was in the video. They represented coming out of programming. You see what I'm saying? So they did everything backwards. So they put their clothes on backwards. And so one of them passed away, and I think he was on drugs and, things that happened to him in the industry. His name was Chris Kelly. So Chris Cross, it just means Christ crossed. So he was one of the ones who was a part of that crossover, right? He was one of those who was redeemed in the Million Man crossover. So he was saying Christ crossed over the Christ. We are now in our, we've been in our Christ consciousness, but he had to come out of that dimension, and he was one of the ones who crossed over, right? Okay, so with the whole Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan teaching each other his gifts, it's like gifts. It's just like each one teach one. So what, we're sharing, just, I share on my YouTube, my podcast, my other social media platforms, You know what I'm saying? You know, just like give freely of your gifts. You know what I'm saying? Don't always look for compensation, because as you take care of doing your gifts, the universe will take care of you. Listen, I'm a living example of you. Those of y'all who've been riding with me, y'all know all about the gypsy life. Y'all know all about me being homeless. Y'all know all about, you know, I had to change my way of seeing myself and thinking of myself. You know what I'm saying? Y'all roll with me. So I'm just saying, if you're gonna roll with me through the struggle, you roll with me through the blessings. You know what I'm saying? When everything is just lovely. Please and thank you. Okay, so let's go over to okay, so I got the blast. I just told you about the bath. So when the video's over, the ball is bouncing in this water, and the little boy grabs the ball. So when the ball is bouncing, it's to signify the cleanse. It has been cleansed. We have been, we're being, the cleansing represented goes back to Martha. Wash. When I'm saying the wash, we're being washed. Something is being cleansed. So the ball, which the world, and the baby who was innocent, the young little boy who had the ball, who took, you know, taking us into this new energy to, what is it? What's that scripture where it says, and a child shall lead them? There you go. Your childlike mind, your innocence is going to lead you into the new world. And we already in it, y'all. So in this new world, we are, and on the ball you see Africa. Africa is what's is the part of the ball that's being exposed. So, you know, they call us, you know, African Americans and all those types of stuff, but it's for the gods, right? Okay, so in this new world, we are this divine love, joy, play. We got to be light as a feather. And so you've seen Anubis in there too. Anubis was the dog, and he was barking out of excitement. Because we're in this new world. Okay. So watch it watch it all the way to the end. And I'm telling you, when I said you're going to get about 20 activations from this video alone, I bullshit you not. So, I love how Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan were interaction. There was just this playfulness. I love Michael Jackson's laugh. I love his laugh. I love Michael Jordan's laugh too, but Michael Jackson, it was just like this, you know what I'm saying? Just this genuine, you know, it was just very, very genuine. And he was just all on the floor fixing Michael Jordan feet. This is how you do the move. But the crown chakra blast, do it out in nature. So when you're grounding, you are walking, just stop, take your shoes off, get in the grass, do the heart crown chakra blast. Okay. That's an activation. So it's more, we're light as a feather. So in the end, they shook hands. There was an agreement. There was an atonement. There was a, what do you call it? There was atonement, and there was a truce. So Brother Bobby said in one of his videos, I'm not sure which one it is, but he said that all of the lower level energies, all of the good energies, everything has morphed into one. That's how it is in this new world. Everything has morphed into one. So nobody should be talking about something on me or all these things. Oh, that's your own trauma at this point. You know what I'm saying? And you're not really in the new world if you're still dealing with trauma. You gotta come up. You know what I mean? You gotta cleanse, you gotta purge, you gotta do what it is that you need to do. Mostly, like I said in the beginning of the video, is cultivating this activation energy. Okay? So they shook hands, and so the soul and the spirit merged. The physical man has to fall in place. So, family. The follow-up to this will be on the podcast. So leave here, watch the video, you know what I'm saying? Take it all in. And then the podcast, I'm going to do the Prince part. So it's Prince. Prince came in right behind. It's like he was gracious enough to let me get all the Michael Jackson information out. And then he came through. But I have to do a podcast for Prince and Sylvester. Excuse me. And that's a whole nother exciting, good news. So, family, y'all can reach me at my email. Everything will be in the description box. I'm going to put Prince's video as well as Michael Jackson video in the description box. Email me for your fairy readings, spiritual consultations, dream interpretations, tailor-made inspirational voice notes, and your fairy dust. And I will see you in the next video or podcast. Get to cultivating that activation energy, fam. It's on and popping. Peace and blessings.